Hey everybody, thanks for watching The Great Green Room. My name is Julia. Today we're going to be doing something a little bit different. In honor of tomorrow being Halloween, I want to talk about 5 Halloween books for kids that you can read anytime. And the first on my list is Julia's House for Lost Creatures, written and illustrated by Ben Hatke. Ben Hatke, one of my very favorite children's book authors. I've yet to read a book by him that I don't like. Author of the excellent Zeta the Space Girl series. If you don't know about that series, I recommend that you check it out right away because it's amazing. Julia's House for Lost Creatures, I like this one sort of for obvious reasons because her name is Julia and my name is Julia. But anyway, she is a benevolent landlord who opens up her house to all manner of lost and homeless magical creatures, trolls, mermaids, weird hairy guys, dragons, pretty much anything, and they are very destructive, so she has to lay down the law a little bit. But after everything gets established of who's going to do what, everyone is peaceful and happy. And when she hires a robot handyman, things are even better. Just a lovely little story, lots of fun, spooky, this book is not scary at all. Fun, silly, imaginary creatures, really, really great. And the next book on my list, Scarlett Angelina Wolverton-Manning, a book that I've already done an in-depth review on. I just love this book. I believe it's out of print, which is really unfortunate because it's just so good, about a clever little girl who also happens to be a werewolf and pulls the wool over the eyes of her would-be kidnapper until he goes to get the ransom from her parents and they turn into werewolves. And she turns into a werewolf. Just a lot of fun, not heavy at all. It's really not scary. You may have to explain to your kids what a werewolf is, and that might be a little bit difficult. But other than that, I just really love this book a lot, and it's a real shame that it's out of print. If you see it at the library, do get it. I highly encourage it. Next on my list, we have The Teeny Tiny Woman by Paul Galdone. Paul Galdone is great because he has illustrated and rewritten a ton of folk tales, classic stuff like Cinderella, the Three Little Pigs, the Little Red Riding Hood, all of that kind of thing. The Teeny Tiny Woman is about a teeny tiny woman who lived in a teeny tiny house in a teeny tiny village, and taking her teeny tiny walk, she finds a bone in a graveyard and takes it home to make soup. This is a very strange thing to do, but really it's not about the story so much as it's about all the modifiers of teeny tiny, which children find hilarious. I remember this book from when I was a kid, and I remember just thinking it was the best book ever because of all the teeny tinies. I guess I thought it was fun to say. I had forgotten that it's actually about someone who takes a bone off a grave and uses it to make soup. So if that disturbs you, maybe you should give it a miss. But really, kids are not going to notice that. They're going to notice all the teeny tinies. They're going to notice the slight age-appropriate scare of the ghost coming back and saying, "Give me my bone," in a teeny tiny voice, progressively a teeny tiny bit louder every time, until the old woman gives the ghost back the bone and all is quiet. The next I have Heckedy Peg, written and illustrated by the amazing husband and wife team of Audrey and Don Wood. This is about a poor family with 7 children whose names are Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And every day their mother says, every day before their mother leaves, she tells them, "Don't play with fire and don't let anybody in. And you've all been such good children that I will get you each something from the market." So they each tell her what they want from the market, and off she goes. Until everything is fine until Heckedy Peg shows up. Now, Heckedy Peg is a witch, and she bribes the children with gold to light her pipe. So now they've both let a stranger in and are playing with fire. And it never does in fairy tales to disobey your parents because something awful will happen to you. In this case, they all get turned into food and taken back to the witch's lair. So the mother comes home. "Oh no, where are my children?" A blackbird says, "Heckedy Peg has them." So she goes to Heckedy Peg's house and demands that the witch give her back her children. And the witch says, "If you can guess which child is which food you can have them back. And using the things that the children wanted from the market, the clever mother figures out which child is which. They all pop out of the food, and Heckedy Peg is chased out of the village and is never seen again. Just, again, a good age-appropriate scare. The children are never in danger because the mother is so clever, which I appreciate. And the illustrations are fantastic. Audrey Wood and Don Wood, a great team of children's book illustrators and writers. And finally, we have the classic, the monster at the end of this book. My copy is extremely battered because it has been read a lot of times. If you haven't read this book, I don't know why you are still watching. You should really just go out and get it, because this is the classic meta children's book in which Grover tries and tries to get the reader of the book to quit turning pages because there's going to be a monster. There's going to be a monster. Stop turning pages. Cut it out. Stop it. No. Quit. Oh my goodness. You are leading to your doom. And then look at that. It's just Grover all the time. So again, obviously not a scary book. This is a Sesame Street monster. But all the same, this is an absolute classic that you should definitely check out. So I want to hear about all of your favorite children's Halloween books, whether they are expressly meant for Halloween or not. As always, thanks a lot for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.